And now, WWAX Productions proudly presents The Spotlight with Justin Hollywood. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of The Spotlight. I am your host, Justin Hollywood, and today we're changing things up a little bit, as today, instead of a professional wrestler, I have a professional wrestling trainee here on the show, and today I have Aubrey Burke. Aubrey, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Justin.
So, Aubrey, I'm going to ask you about the same questions as I do the guys on the show. The first question I have for you is, how did you get into wrestling and what made you choose the business?
Well, I loved wrestling since I was a kid. Man, I grew up watching it with my dad, and me and my dad used to wrestle around and everything. And once my dad passed away when I was in sixth grade, I just dreamed of following my dream to be a wrestler because I felt like that was a thing me and my dad used to do as a bond. And I feel like I've always wanted to be a wrestler because I've always liked wrestling and I've always liked fighting. So that's how I really got into all the wrestling, and that's how I view wrestling. I love wrestling. I've loved it ever since I grew up watching it.
Who were some of your favorite wrestlers growing up?
Oh man, that's a hard one, man. I was born in 1995. I grew up watching it, and let's see, I loved me some Stone Cold, Steve Austin, and The Undertaker, Ric Flair. Man, those are like my main three that I really like, because Stone Cold symbolizes me, kinda, because he's a backwoods redneck, doesn't care about the rules, and that's how I see myself. I'm Southern country boy who really don't give a crap about the rules. And Ric Flair, man, I looked at him like he is awesome, man. He's great submission moves, great on the mic, and man, I looked up towards him too. And The Undertaker, I just love The Undertaker because he has that dark, sadistic type character which could grab anyone's attention because it's amazing. He was amazing, and the streak and everything was amazing. And it kind of made me upset when he lost the streak because that was childhood right there. The streak was the best thing in the business.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that there. When Brock broke it, I mean, I was in utter shock. I believe everyone was.
Yep.
But moving on here, what are some of your favorite moves in wrestling?
Oh, man. Favorite moves. Well, I do love some submission moves. I've created a submission move of my own. It's kind of like the master lock, but you put them in the master lock and you wrap your legs around them to where it's kind of like Dolph Ziggler's sleeper hold, but instead of a sleeper hold around the head, you have a master lock and you wrap your legs around. And I call that the Bulldog's chain. But some other moves, I like the Stone Cold Stunner. I like the Spear. There's a lot of good moves. I like some high flying moves too, but I'm not much of a high flyer. I'm kind of afraid to get up too high. But the Swanton Bomb, that's a good move, because that was awesome when Jeff Hardy is not afraid of heights at all, or not afraid to do anything, and he goes all the way up and randomly goes 20 to 30 feet high and just jumps. But I like moves that go wow, makes you go, oh my goodness, did they really just do that? Those type of moves.
Who introduced you to training, and how did you get in touch with the AWF?
Well, when I started training with AWF, I heard about him before because my sister knew a guy who wrestled with them, and like I was too young to start out at the time, so I just heard about him and just kept talking to my sister about him to find out if they're still around. And by the time I hit 18, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it out, see if I can get in touch with him or something. And my sister's like, well, if you want to get in touch with him, try and get in touch with Chris. And I got in touch with Chris. I talked to him about it and everything, see when they had training and see where they were, and tried to get into training and everything. And I started training with him, and I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. I remember my first day of training, how I show up my first day of training, me and my friend Will, and I'm like, I always wondered, because I've been hit with a bunch of weapons before. I'm like, I always wondered what a full swing of a kendo stick would feel like. And by all means, Tweeter was there, and he, by all means, wanted to try it out. So he decided, okay, if you want to try it out, we can try it out. And so I got in the ring, and I'm like, kind of nervous, but he went ahead and smacked me on the back with it one good time.
Wow.
And everybody's like, well, he's dedicated.
Wow. And that had to hurt.
It stung a good bit, but it was, I kind of enjoyed my first day of training, because, like, heck, if I wanted to be dedicated and I wanted to show them that I could actually do something, I was going to go ahead and show them I can do something.
I actually remember being at one of the AWF shows out in Harlem, and I believe you were there too. You may have, if I recall right. And Tweeter's friend Earl was there, and we were backstage, and Earl hit me in the head with the kendo stick.
I don't recall if I was at that one or not, but yeah, kendo sticks do sting, and they do hurt. So for those people out there that say wrestling's fake, come by and let me swing on you with a kendo stick, and let me see if you think it's fake. It's going to sting a good bit. So yeah.
After AWF closed its doors, did you train anywhere else, or did you ever question yourself, like, is this the end for me?
Well, sometimes I question myself about if this is going to be the end for me, because, like, I really want to do wrestling. I've always wanted to do wrestling. But, like, it's been hard to find other places to train, and, like, it's kind of hard with my schedule, because I've always worked Monday through Friday. I used to work at Sonic, so I used to work during the weekends. But now, like, I work Monday through Fridays, and if I can get a training day on the weekends, I could, like, train, and I could be dedicated to it no matter what. Because I was dedicated to it when I was working at Sonic, but I'd never had the time to get the chance to go, because I always had to work, which really sucked, because I've always wanted to wrestle. Wrestling was like my lifelong dream. But I would really like to get back into training, because I would really like to get, I wouldn't even call myself a pro wrestler. Like you said, I would call myself as a trainee, because as the much I know about wrestling is just little compared to what people I've met in the business know. So I just really wish that I could get back into training to where I can get to know a lot more about the business, and most likely meet, like, Hall of Famers, or most likely meet really great wrestlers out there at other businesses to give me good advice to where I can learn more.
What was it like wrestling for Livewire and having your first official match against James Houston?
Well, that was my true first ever official match where I was ever in a ring because, like, to be honest, when I was wrestling with my friends, it was never really in a ring. But that was my first ever in the ring match, and it was like awesome. I enjoyed it. James was an awesome guy. He was like, he is great. He will help you throughout the match and everything, and like, it was amazing. Even though I got my butt handed to me, I still enjoyed it. And I'm not calling him out, but I would love a rematch after I get a lot of good training, because I really enjoyed it.
If I'm not mistaken, some of the guys in the back offered you gear before the match and you refused. What's up with that?
Well, like, I really didn't. I had big feet, and like, they were gonna give me boots and stuff, and kick pads, and I couldn't really fit into their boots, and plus, like, I normally wrestle in like jeans and a t-shirt, but I prefer to get gear one day when I get fully trained and get really well. I prefer to get like good gear, like preferably nice wrestling boots, some kick pads, some camouflage wrestling pants or something, because everybody knows my gimmick. It's a redneck guy, so come on. But I didn't want to refuse, but it's just like some of the gear wasn't really my gimmick, and plus some of the gear wouldn't fit. So I didn't want to refuse, but I had to refuse. It's kind of like that.
You mentioned your gimmick is a redneck type character. What exactly is your gimmick?
So, alright, y'all. My name is the Country Badass George Bulldog. My gimmick is a Southern boy who was born and raised in Georgia. And he was backwoods, hardcore, crazy redneck that would do anything to just please people. Like, he will jump out of a plane just to, like, entertain people. I would do anything to entertain people. I'm crazy. I'm backwoods. I'm a hick. I'm a rebel. I don't care about the rules. Like I said, Stone Cold, I looked up to him. He's kind of the gimmick I want to be like, but I don't want to copy like his whole gimmick. I'm just saying Stone Cold is someone I look up to. He was a rebel. He was a redneck. And he didn't care about the rules. I'm a rebel, I'm a redneck, and I don't care about the rules, but I'm not trying to copy his gimmick. I'm just trying to be me while I'm doing a redneck, Southern boy type gimmick, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Back to your match at Livewire. How did you feel you did in that match? Were you satisfied, or do you feel you could have done better?
To be honest, that was my very first match, and like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure every wrestler out there, every trainee out there has gone back and looked at their very first match and thought, wow, I could have done better. And like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of wrestlers out there, for their first match, they were very nervous. I'm not going to lie. I was very nervous to get in the ring with James, because I know he was hardcore. I know that he would probably beat me to a bloody pulp. But, like, I was nervous, and I just wanted to do it. I'm like, I'm going to try and not stay nervous. I'm going to try and focus on the match, try to do what I need to do. But to be honest, I'm pretty sure I could have done better, because, like, that was my first match. I haven't been fully trained. I only had a few trainings. So, like, if I continue to get trained, I continue to train more and work hard, I'm pretty sure I can be better to where maybe one day, if me and James go at it again, we could put on a really good show.
When you officially begin wrestling, when your official career takes off, who are some of the guys on the independent or pro level that you like to face in your career?
Oh, man. Okay, so independent level, let's see. I always looked up to the fireman. Like, when I used to work at Sonic, he always swung by and order some food, and like I always walk up to his car and talk to him everything about wrestling. And every time I go to a wrestling event and watch him wrestle, it's like, wow, he's really good, and like, wow, I'd like to get in the ring with him. I've always wanted to, like, I like to wrestle the fireman one time and see how that goes, and I'd probably like to wrestle a lot of other independent people around here, like, I'd like to wrestle James again. I'd like to wrestle Damien Sick, just to go ahead and get it out there, because I was already stupid enough to challenge him one time. I just want to go ahead and get the match over with, because I know he wants to go ahead and get the match over with. But I believe I have to be fully good on train before I get in the match with him. But I'd like to also fight Bill. He's pretty good. I've seen him wrestle, but like on pro level, my main dream to face and to meet is Stone Cold and The Undertaker. Those are the two main people I would love to get in the ring with and love to meet, because, man, I could sell a stunner so good if Stone Cold gave me one, because, like, that is my dream. He could stunner me 10 to 20 times during the match for all I care. My dream is to be in the ring with him. And my dream to be in the ring with The Undertaker. He could tombstone me, choke slam me, throw me off of a Hell in a Cell for all I care. My dream is just to be in the ring with him, too. And, like, that'd be amazing, just to be in the ring with those two guys on the pro level. But there's also some other guys I'd like to be in the ring on the pro level. God rest their souls. I'd also love to be in the ring with Roddy Piper, because I've seen some matches with Roddy, and he was amazing. He's great on the mic. He's great in the ring. He was one amazing wrestler. I would have loved to get in the ring with Roddy Piper at one time. And I would have loved to get in the ring with Macho Man, too, because Macho Man was one awesome man in wrestling business, too.
Would you ever consider facing a guy named Justin Hollywood?
Oh, man. Hollywood. Oh, man. You done put me under the spotlight on that one, didn't you, buddy? But, hey, Justin, I'd actually, once we both get some good old training in us, I'd love to wrestle you, brother. I would love to get in the ring with you, man.
I'd love to work with you in the ring as well. I believe with our chemistry, and as long as we've known each other, we can put on a great match.
I believe so.
Is there anything you'd like to say or any advice you'd like to give to your fellow trainees or future upcomers in the business?
All right. Future upcomers, trainees. I know I'm a trainee myself, so there's not that much advice I can give to you, but I got three main things for y'all to focus on. If you're really, really dedicated to do it, don't turn away from it. Go on and continue following your dream. If you believe this is your dream, follow it and do it. Second, if the trainer tells you to do something and they are trying to show you to do it, try your best to do it right, because it'll look good on you. It'll make you look good. And third, try to enjoy it while you're doing it. Don't like get selfish or anything to be like it's all about me, it's all about the money. Don't be like that. If you really wanted to get into wrestling, you really want to get into wrestling for the main reason, to entertain and to enjoy it. Because that's the main reason I'm trying to get into the business, to entertain and to enjoy it. It's not about the paycheck. If I really could, I'd do it for free. I'd do it for free. I'd lay my body on the line for free. I just love wrestling. I love fighting. I love getting in the ring with anybody. I just love it. So, like, and there's good benefits with that, too, if you do that. Because, like, heck, maybe one day you get booked at a show, even if you're not getting paid, and a Hall of Fame legend's there to give you advice. So, don't get selfish about it. Don't be like, say you get booked at a show and you be like, oh, how much am I getting paid? Oh, I'm not getting paid? Okay, I'm not going to go to the show. Because maybe one day a Hall of Famer's there, like Ric Flair, to give you advice, and you weren't able to go to that show to get advice. So don't get selfish about it. Like, get into the business for what it's really meant for, to entertain and to enjoy.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure having you here on the show, Aubrey.
It's been a pleasure for you having me, man. It was a great time.
Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, this has been The Spotlight. I am your host, Justin Hollywood, and I will see you next week for another edition. Thank you.
This has been a WWAX production.